Hello and welcome to LBG Gaming and welcome to another video. So as I mentioned in my last video, I had done a poll and the second most popular choice was the co-op games. Now I was going to make a video anyway, but a lot of people seem to be interested in co-op multiplayer. So I thought I'll make a list of those games as well. Now the interesting thing with these co-op games is you don't really need a very big player base to play them. Because with a PvP game like Apex Legends or PUBG or CSGO, etc., you need a healthy player base to play the game and find matches. Here, you can play on your own, you can play with bots, you can play with a friend. You don't need to have the whole lobby filled up. So even if there are very small numbers, you can still have a good time. So first up, I'll begin with my favorite game on the list, and that is Warhammer Vermintide 2. I've put over 100 hours in this game, and this is by far my favorite co-op game. It's mostly due to the fact the movement and the combat is very satisfying, and you have varied classes. There are like five different classes, five different characters. You have your tanky characters, your melee characters, etc. Each character has a ranged and a melee weapon. So up close you have like swords and axes and hammers and things like that, depending on the character you have. And then for range you have guns and crossbows and things like that. So you have an elf, you have a knight, you have a witch hunter, a wizard, and a dwarf. So 4 play at a time. You can play alone. The rest of it will be filled with 3 bots. You can have a friend and then 2 bots, or you can have 4 friends all together playing. So yeah, I've played it alone. I've played it with I've played it with one other friend, and it works fine. I've played it almost all the way to the second hardest difficulty. And if you want a challenge, you can play solo, like true solo. There are mods available that can help you do that, but it is really hard. And if you really want a challenge, that is also an option you can consider. Like getting to like a harder difficulty is hard enough as it is, but if you are really good and you can handle yourself, then this is a game that can give you a really good challenge. So yeah, it's a well optimized game. It runs very well. It's not too expensive. There are DLCs, and one other bonus of this game is if let's say I have a DLC and my friend doesn't have a DLC, he can play the map with me if I own, if at least one of us in the party owns the map. So that is what I've often done. Like you have a few maps here. Well, not really. You have Shadows over Bogenhafen. Then you have Back to Uberstrike, Winds of Magic. These are like the expansions with the extra maps. The rest of it is just cosmetic stuff. So I own all of this, and if my friend doesn't have it, he can still play the maps with me if I have it. Anyway, so the base game is 174 rupees, 75% off. 749 in the US, 594 in the UK, 699 in the Euro region, 1049 in Australia, 849 Canada. So in my recent gaming history in the last few years, the 2 Vermintide games have given me the most fun with friends. So again, I would recommend it. And the player base, again, I said, is not as good as it should be in my opinion, but it's still pretty decent. It's 4,000 peak of 7,000. That's not bad. So even if you want to play with randoms, you'll find a few. I'd never play with randoms. I just wait for a friend. If he's online, we play together, and that's enough for me. We have a lot of fun. Similarly, Warhammer War End Times Vermintide, the first game is also on sale, and you can buy this as well and do the same thing. It's got all the same things. Maps are different. 3 maps from this one were added to the second one as a DLC, but the other maps are different, and it's a bit smaller in scale, but it's still also quite a lot of fun. And I've actually put more hours in this one. So this is 75% off, 182 rupees, $749, 574 pounds, 699 euros. It's exactly the same. 1049 Australian dollars and 824 Canadian dollars. Then we have Deep Rock Galactic. This is probably one of the most popular and well-received co-op games recently. This came out of early access, I think early in 2020. And yeah, you can see here overwhelmingly positive reviews. This one, you are dwarves, or everyone is a dwarf, and there are different classes again. And you're basically doing a bit of mining and fighting off these sort of bug type creatures, like massive ones. You go into a map, you mine the required stuff that you need, and then you try to extract while also fighting off the enemies. And it's all right. It's fun. I did not like it as much as I thought I would. but it's still a fun time with friends. I did stream a bit of it as well, not too long ago. So yeah, I would say I would only play this with a friend. Solo, I don't know if I'll be able to enjoy it, but with a friend, it's fun. This is 30% off, 489 rupees, $20.99, 1749 pounds, 20.99 euros, 31.46 Australian dollars, 24.99 Canadian dollars. This has been cheaper before, but this is a decent price. Game is popular, a lot of people playing. Next is Remnant from the Ashes. Now, there's a theme here. I'm starting off with games that I have played, and there might be one or two that I haven't played. So this is mostly a list of my recommendations because I have played quite a few games. And this is also a game that I really enjoyed. This is more of a story-driven game. You can play the story alone, or you can have a friend and play with them. They'll join in your game, or you can join in their game, and you can go through the story and the campaign together. I've put in like 20 hours into this game, and again, I got busy with other things, otherwise I would have continued because this is quite fun. The game is well optimized, the different locations, the wars you go through are quite interesting as well, varied enemies, and once again you have a melee weapon and a ranged weapon. And again, it's got the RPG elements, you can change guns, add mods to the guns, and it's fun. I liked it quite a lot. I did hear some people criticize it when it first came out. I think Jim Sterling did not like it at all. And some others liked it, like Skill Up really liked it. I'm in the camp that really likes this game. This is also given away free from the Epic Game Store, by the way. So a lot of you may already have it. So yeah, just install that one and play it if you haven't, and don't buy the game if you already. If you don't, it's 50% off, 720 rupees, $19.99, 15.49 pounds, 19.99 euros, 28.47 Australian dollars, 22.74 Canadian dollars. And there's a complete edition with a few more items. There's a DLC, the two DLCs. There's one which is sort of like a, I can't remember right now, but it's like an arena or it's like some sort of PvP style stuff. And then there's another whole separate expansion. I haven't played these, I don't own them, so I can't really see what they are. But yeah, this is a really good game. Next is Sea of Thieves. And I played this game when it first came out a couple of times. I did not really get into it, although I did have some fun with a few people once or twice. But I just found the combat to be floaty. And at the time, it did not have a lot of content. But this has done really well. A lot of people are playing this game. And over the 2.5 years that it has come out, they have added quite a lot of things. So I can't say how much more content there is right now, but I've heard there is plenty now. So it should be fun. I would not recommend this game solo. You do have an option to have like a small ship and do things alone, but you do need friends with you, at least one other person with you, to really enjoy this game. So yeah, this is 50% off, 449 rupees, $19.99, 17.49 pounds, 19.99 euros, 24.72 Australian dollars, 24.99 Canadian dollars. And look at the player base, it's pretty healthy. Next is probably the biggest budget game in this list, and this is Monster Hunter World. So yeah, this is its own thing. Big monsters to fight. It looks impressive, and I'm sure it is impressive. Again, I've heard people say that this is more fun in co-op. You can, of course, play this single player as well. You have these big dinosaur type creatures to fight. There's more expansions as well, and it is still quite expensive. And look at the player base, 45,000 and almost 50,000 peak today's. That is impressive numbers. 34% off, 1648 rupees, $19.79, 16.49 pounds, 19.79 euros, 29.66 Australian dollars, 26.39 Canadian dollars. Now this has been slightly cheaper in the past, as you can see here. Initially, the base price was a bit higher. So if you see right now, it's $24.97, the full price for this game. It used to be like 3,000 or maybe something else. And I had picked it up for like 1,500 at 50% off or something. So they have decreased the base price a bit and then done a few more sales. But they also have the Iceborne expansion, and there are quite a few different versions. I would say if you want a good game with a AAA budget and a lot of people playing, you can get the base game, see if you like it, and then buy the expansions if it's something that you like. Next is Raft. So again, I've seen lots of streams of people playing this game. I think it can be played solo as well. So you are on a raft floating in the ocean, and you pick up stuff and just build on it. People make all sorts of things. And you seem to be fending off a shark all the time. That's what I've seen from streams. It looks like a fun, sort of more casual style of game. I don't know how hard it is. And yeah, it's got good reviews. Look at that, overwhelmingly positive. It's still in early access. 33% off, 378 rupees, $13.39, 10 pounds and 4 pence, 13.39 euros, 19.39 Australian dollars, and 14.73 Canadian dollars. And it's also got like 20 to 30,000 people playing, which is pretty good for a small indie game. Next is Satisfactory. Now I have played this game. I think a stream or a video about this as well. And this is an awesome game. It's not your usual type of game. A lot of people have compared this to Factorio because that is kind of what you're doing. You're mining and making factories and automating stuff, and you can do it alone or you can do it with a friend. And yeah, you can make a lot of interesting things in this game. There's a lot of content. It was originally exclusive to Epic, but it then came to PC. To Steam. So you can get it here, or you can get it on Epic. If it's over 15 in your region, you can use that $10 coupon and get this game. It's an awesome game. And still in early access, but plenty of content. 20% off only, 599 rupees, $23.99, 22.39 pounds, 23.99 euros, 35.96 Australian dollars, 27.19 Canadian dollars. So I'm pretty sure you can use the coupon on Epic. Not for India, but for other places. Next is Payday II, probably the cheapest game in the list. Now this was given away free a few years ago. I think they gave away 5 million copies, so I did pick it up, and I'm sure a lot of people picked it up as well because I did make a video. And yeah, it is 90% off, 34 rupees only, 99 cents, 74 pence, 99 cents in euros, and 145 Australian dollars, 114 Canadian dollars. It's got 31,000 people playing, up to 50,000, and you're basically doing heists and trying to escape, robbing banks and stuff. There are quite a few DLCs as well. Holy crap, there are a lot of DLCs. So yeah, I have not played this game, so I can't say if you need the DLCs to fully enjoy the game or if you can get away with the base game. And let's see if the DLCs are cosmetic items only. Gunslinger weapon pack, weapon color pack, tailor pack, Bullock's mansion. So this looks like a separate quest. Breakfast in Guana heist. Yeah, this looks like another separate mission. So it seems there are missions and weapons and cosmetics. So weapon cosmetics, or is this actual weapons? Gunslinger weapon pack. Let me just have a look at one. I'm trying to figure out if this is pay to win or weapons. So you have a sniper rifle, shotgun. So you do actually get weapons. It's not just skins for weapons. Again, if you have played the game, please do let me know in the comments about the pay to win element, and also if you can enjoy the game without buying the extra stuff. Like, does it give you an advantage if you buy that? Of course, they're giving you some fancy weapons, so I'm sure there is some minor element of pay to win. But I guess if it's co-op, then it doesn't matter because you're probably fighting AI. Next is the Hunter Call of the Wild. I tried this a little when it was on a free weekend, and it seems like a nice game. You can jump in with a friend, hunt animals. You have to be very careful and quiet and not make sounds and track the animals and stuff like that. So they have their own charm, these sort of games. Not my kind of game, but some of you may like it. 70% off, 158 rupees, $5.99, 5.99 pounds, 5.99 euros, 7.18 Australian dollars, and 7.64 Canadian dollars. 9,000 people playing, not bad. Then we have Don't Starve Together. I've mentioned this a few times, very popular, overwhelmingly so, as you can see. And also I've heard it's quite difficult. There's also a solo, like Don't Starve, just for one person, and this is the together version. Now with this thing, when you buy this, you're buying 2 copies of the game, so you can give one to a friend and then play together. So this is 66% off, 156 rupees, $5.09, 373 pounds, $5.09 in euros, and 731 Australian dollars, 577 Canadian dollars. Look at the player numbers, 40,000. I guess it's probably because of holidays and everybody's at home these days. All these games have really good numbers. Overcooked, so another fun co-op game. I've seen gameplays of this and it looks chaotic. Like you have to make dishes and stuff and manage the kitchen and make sure things don't get burned and stuff. So up to 4 people I think can play this in co-op. It's also got local co-op, right? So 50% off, 284 rupees, $12.49, £9.99, €11.49, €17.97 Australian dollars, $14.49 Canadian dollars. And by the way, I think Overcooked 1 has been given away by the Epic Games Store. So you may want to try that if you picked it up and see if you like it. Next is GTFO. So another sort of survival horror type game in co-op. I don't know what the state of the game is right now. It's still in early access, I believe. Yes. And I've heard that this is a hard game. It's very dark, as you can see here. And this is 20% off, 607 is $27.99 dollars, £23.99, €27.99, €39.99 Australian dollars, and $31.99 Canadian dollars. Now, I don't know how important it is to have friends or if you can play with bots. Player number seems a little weaker than the others that I've mentioned here. So you may want to look at some reviews, recent reviews, and see if this is worth picking up. Then we have an all-time classic, Left 4 Dead 2, well over 10 years old and still pretty good. Of course, being that old, it will run on pretty much anything within the last 10 years. And yeah, look at the player numbers, 24,000 people right now, peak today of 34,000. $199, £143, and oh my god, once again, we don't have the price for Germany. I think I did mention this last time, and I think it's $199. Because I have now somebody from Germany who mentions this every time. I need one from Australia as well. I need an Australian correspondent for the pricing. I don't know why it's not updated. $229 Canadian dollars, and of course 69 in India, 80% off. I haven't seen them drop lower. I have seen them at 90%, as you can see here in June 2018, but I haven't seen it go down to 90% since. Finally, a hard, challenging platformer type game. Is it technically a platformer? It is kind of. This is Cuphead. Very, very positive. I've played this game. It is very well optimized. It's got very nice graphics. It will run on a very old system. I played it on a PC without a graphics card, just an integrated card, and it still worked fine. This is 30% off, 395 rupees, $13.99, £10.49, €13.99, 20.26 Australian dollars, 15.39 Canadian dollars. This doesn't go on sale, as you can see. This is equal to its previous low. A smaller game made by a smaller studio, so I'm guessing they don't want to just give it away. So yeah, it's worth it in my opinion if you like a challenge. So yeah, that's it for this list of co-op games. And of course, if you have some good recommendations, write them down as well. I'll make a few more videos, have a few more ideas, not necessarily on the winter sale, but sort of related to it. If you want any other lists, do let me know. You can still vote on the poll, and if I see something getting more votes, I might make something. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. See you next time.